What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Out of the two new maps in Dungeon Defenders 2 and the two new bosses, in my opinion, Tornado Canyon here is the map to farm. It's super fast, it still has a chance to drop all the regional mods, and more importantly, for me personally, it has the weapon that I'm looking for, and that is the canister for the EV2. Now, as RNG is, it just absolutely hates all of us, and the second you have it in your head that you want something in particular, in my case, the canister for the EV2, your chances of getting it are absolutely non-existent. So I have grinded this map an absolute ton, still haven't even seen a canister drop, and just been farming it a bunch. Now, with the new defenses in the game, of course, there's new things to do, but what is the farm build that you're using? By all means, let me know down in the comments below what you all think is the fastest or most fun farm build to use. Personally, for me, I am all about the chillax value, so I am going with the Fisher's Ember Mount, the regular old Fisher build I've been using throughout CE9. We are going to throw an oil geyser down with Destructive Pylon, and then we're going to use just some Flame Auras for the flyers. Now, as you see, controller and anti-melee, these Flame Auras aren't for flyers. However, any Flame Aura setup in Chaos 9 is going to be good enough to get the job done. Let's go ahead and build it out. Basically, on the flyer lanes, like we got a flyer lane right here, we're going to go with 2 or 3 Fishers and 2 Flame Auras. And then on the non-flyer lanes, we're just going to go with the 3 Fishers. So since this one's a flyer lane, we're going to get our Destructive Pylon in. Let's throw in our Boost Aura. Put that one a little bit too close. Let's get a Boost Aura down here. We'll get our 2 Flame Auras in, and then these, once again, they're going to be helping with the ground lanes, of course, but they are specifically for flyer killing. Make that happen like that. This one is a non-flyer lane, so with this one, we're just going to go ahead and go with our 3 Fisher setup. Something like that. Over here, you see up top, we got a flyer lane. On the outside, we got a flyer lane. And in the middle, it is a non-flyer lane. Now, one important thing I am doing is I found that the map actually feels like it burns a little bit better if you don't go all the way to the spawn. So if you don't put your Fishers inside of the spawn, of course, you got to kill the Elder Wyvern to get rid of the debuff. So until the Elder Wyverns are dead, you know, you want to maximize your Fisher room. So giving the Fishers a little bit of time and just trying to not have the range of the Fisher itself overlapping into the spawn. This one we're going to build it a little bit off-centered and wonky just because how the lane turns here. We'll go something, say, like that. And then up here, of course, we've got another flyer lane. Now, with Fisher builds in Chaos 9, of course, the Embermount Flames gives you a big chill factor, as anything that runs through is still going to be dotted up and still going to be getting wrecked. So, you know, it's pretty much with gear, obviously. If you're in Chaos 9 gear, it's pretty much just farm it up, go chillax, do whatever you want to do until the map is over. And then we're just going to throw some ungeared reflect beams right at the sub-objectives, just in case we get any ranged mobs that are close. However, most of the mobs should just burn right up. Let's get a reflect right here. Now, one of the changes right away that you don't really hear many people talking about is the obelisk changes. And the obelisk is just so good. And on a boss wave in particularly, I'm trying to get an obelisk down on every map. I like to go with a unique obelisk just because you're going to end up getting tons of unique servos that you're never going to use on anything. The obelisk is a way to use that. And then you don't actually need a gilded defense rate on the obelisk to get down to the smite speed cap, but I've got one on it anyway. Defense rate, empowering blasphemy is big for the buff, and then just some destruction to get some additional smite damage out there. Now, the thing with the obelisk is the smite is map-wide range, so you can kind of put it wherever you want it. We are going to buff that as well with just a Destructive Pylon. We'll throw that right here. And then that's going to leave us 30 DU left over. So on one of the non-flyer lanes, we can go ahead and throw down another Flame Aura. And where do we want that one to be? Let me jump in the hole and check for loot real quick. All right, no loot down there confirmed. And I think we're just going to go right up here on this lane. We'll just throw a Flamar in just for a little extra damage and just not knowing what to do with the remaining 30 DU. Now, a build like this with the Fissures, of course, is just going to be really small or really strong. It's just going to be chill until the boss gets here. So I do try to upgrade the Fissures evenly throughout the map. I throw upgrades on the Flamars as well, where there's flyer lanes. But it is basically a chillax it out build. You really don't have to worry about anything until the boss gets here once you're geared. Now, if you're going to be farming a C9 map, obviously you're going to be geared. You know, there's no reason to grind a map and farm one particular map unless you do have all of your bases already covered. So since we are looking for that canister, this is the map to farm. Now, as I mentioned, I am going to do upgrades. I'm going to do the upgrades as the map is running, but of course we got to get through this first wave. So I'm going to do the upgrades just as the map is running, just to speed up the the overall time it takes to run it. And as you see, everything is just burning off. So the flyers are all handled by the Flamars. The ground mobs are all handled by the Fissures, and then the Flamars as well on the lanes where they're present. So we are just going to go ahead and G it right up and get the next wave started, and then we'll just upgrade as we go here. Like I said, I'm putting one upgrade on everything, just kind of ignoring all the mobs. They're going to die even though they're getting up in your face. Going to be taking a little bit of damage here, but nothing to worry about too terribly much. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get one there. Let's heal it up a little bit too. And then we got what? One more Fissure? Or do we have two more Fissures? Looks like we got everything done there. We can come on over here and hit this lane. Same thing, just even upgrades around. No sense of urgency on any of it, or really priorities on what you upgrade first. Just get a few upgrades in, and you're going to be good. Malthius, just waiting for Malthius to come on out. Now, as with any boss map, it's going to be important to bring a single target damage weapon. So in the current state of the game, for a Nuke Monk particularly, I personally have two weapons set up now. One for general use, and then one for boss fights. But let's see, we've got our single target damage weapon here. Looks like we got all of the stuff there, so let's let it fly again. And then let's just go ahead and jump on forward till we get to the final wave here, as all I'm going to be doing is running around and spamming upgrades here and letting the map run. And here we are in the final wave. Now, the downside about this particular build is there's no crowd control for instant assassin removal. So you don't get the value or the benefit of instant assassin removal. And then additionally as well, you don't get as much action on the boss from your defenses. Now, the boss, of course, spawns from a wave or a lane, and is going to come out and go through your fissures. So you're going to get some damage on the boss. But remember that the boss itself has a large damage reduction shield, so you're not going to get a whole lot of value out of damage or out of the fissures against the boss itself. Where if you're using tower type defenses that were placed farther back, you're going to get more shots in on the boss. Now, besides those two things, I mean, the build is just super, super strong, very, very chillax, and pretty easy to get the job done. Now, this particular boss, of course, launches the tornadoes at you. The easiest way to avoid this is, obviously you can line of sight it, but the boss does have a range. So if you get far away from where the boss is at, you're going to find that you're not getting tornadoes thrown at you, which makes life so much easier. So let's see, let's burn Slakelion down, and then looks like the boss is coming from the middle lane. So we can go over and get a little Drago action on him, maybe, just for a quick shot. But remember, then, of course, you're going to be getting smacked by all of those tornadoes. So the easiest thing to do is just to stay at range. If you're far away, you can completely ignore the tornadoes because you're going to be outside of the boss's range. He's not going to throw those tornadoes at you. So, the closer you get, and, of course, the greater your chance of getting smacked by one of those tornadoes. But slow burn, but we're going to get him. He took a kind of a bad line of sight route there. I'm still, even at this point, I'm still far enough away where he's not going to throw tornadoes at me. Now we got some assassins, so I'm just going to run up in here. Like I said, no dedicated assassin removal, which kind of stinks. And then since we are using burning strikes, we're getting damage ticks on him even while we're running around. So just keeping shots on the boss just to keep that damage ticking nonstop. And let's see if this is the one. Come on, give me a shiny, shiny canister for my lovely Robo-Hotness. What's in the box? And, of course, the sword. The same thing I get over and over and over and over again. Big booze on that one. However, that is a decent roll, I think. It's, it's actually pretty low on the hero health. But anyway, that will do it for now. What is your favorite farm build for this particular map? Or are you even farming this map? I mean, for me personally, this is the map to farm right now. It's pretty decent gold, it's pretty quick running, and it offers some unique weapons and then all of the mods from this area. But that will get it for today. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.